It's about to start in a moment. We could get this one started. We'll start this one. That's starting, and now we are about to be live. And oh wow, it looks way better than yesterday for sure. So that's done. All right. Okay. Let's see. Yep, it should be all good. We can navigate going through here. Radio.
All right. All right. I'm back. You got me now?
Yep.
Yeah, I had to revert back to the other thing. That little echo was annoying me. All
All
right.
right. So I got to get better.
Oh, you got me clear?
Yeah, you're clear here. Yeah.
Okay, man. All right. We're
I'm
good.
looking at
Yeah, I just went back to the old setup until I could figure out what that it's not an echo, it's like a hall effect sound. You know what I mean?
yeah. Watch WNBA games live on YouTube. No, thank you.
But why not?
All right. Well, what in the world is going on in this world? There's a lot to talk about. 7 o'clock on the dizzy. Well, kind of not that. 7:15.
I'll tell you, it was an interesting morning to wake up to see that news, with the Jay-Z bit, Um,
Yeah, I mean, I glanced at it. I didn't really look into it. I'm like looking at it now on this headline over here.
yeah.
And so what? So tune us into what's going on because I have no idea yet.
Well, supposedly in, I don't know, 2000, some show they did, an after party, there was a 13-year-old girl involved. And of course, on the news, they're saying he raped her, but of course, that's what it is, hands down. She's 13, and supposedly him and Diddy were doing the dirty. Here's the catch: while two other celebrities were watching. They already have a third name, but I don't know why they're not releasing it. Maybe to protect them, whatever the case is. I mean, but if you're gonna get involved with pedophilia and all that stuff, we the people should know. But
Absolutely.
the one thing that concerns me is everybody's all about, oh, P Diddy had those wild, oh, this and that. Let me tell you something. I think a lot of us, I think people around the world will, because I know I am, be very disappointed if we start hearing the names of people that we followed, people that inspired us. You feel what I'm saying? Look at Beyonce. She's a legend already. You know what I'm saying? She's an icon. She's an image. And I'm quite sure her name might just come up. Now what? You see? So my concern here is, in the hip hop culture alone, we struggled. We struggled to get out there and be recognized because everybody's doing their BS. Everybody's all gang related, gang banging, bitch that, hold this, I'll shoot you, don't come around and then we had to fight the stereotype of like, oh, look at what we're teaching our kids. It's because of rap music. That's why my son is like that. That's why my daughter's a whore. That's why she's a stripper now. She heard it in the thong song. You know what I mean? Like, it carries on. And
It's true.
right
Yeah.
now, think about it. It's been quiet. It's been quiet. I'm not sure if because a more multicultural people are getting into the rap scene. I mean, damn, you got country now doing it. You know what I'm saying? You got these underground white rappers that are doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I've leaned more towards them because our rappers that we grew up with, Vic, okay? they're old, they're getting into business, they're getting into the movie biz or whatever the case is. I mean, shit, you got Snoop Dogg who's getting to the fastest roller in the world at this point. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like, it's entertaining because they're allowed to do that. They've already made a mark. Nobody's going to take that mark. There's not going to be another Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying? There's not going to be another Ice Cube. There's not going to be another 50 Cent. You know what I mean? And shit, even the game, there's not going to be another game. That's it. Hip hop has reached a point where, okay, guys, we leave it to you to take over. And all they did was fuck it up. We got into the mumble rapping age or whatever. So this freak off party or whatever has been happening for years. We're talking about since Biggie was alive. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's think about it. Biggie was pretty much his first guy under his wing, and who knows that conspiracy, Biggie probably found out some shit he didn't want to get into, and like, yo, I'm gonna spit about that at my next rap. Oh shit, off Biggie. Who knows? Who knows how that went down? But needless to say, we're talking what, 15, 20 years? It's 2000. 2000. Supposedly 2000 has happened with the girl. I
Even
could be
yeah, but the shit was happening before that.
now. My thing is this, man. Like I said, I'd be gravely disappointed. You know what I'm saying? If you start hearing names, people that, oh, I'm gonna support this guy and buy his album. Oh, I'm gonna support this guy and bump him in my car. Oh, I'm gonna support this guy and play him in my next club. You know what I'm saying? These are people that we're gonna start hearing about. I mean, you had and this is fact. Denzel Washington went to that party and he left because he didn't like what he saw. You see, we know that already. So they're gonna subpoena people like him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, dude, they even said Trump hit those parties. Steve Harvey hit those parties. Ellen DeGeneres hit those parties. Oprah Winfrey hit those parties. You know what I'm saying? So, there was a interview that I watched with Jesus Christ. It was with one of the Wayne brothers. I think Marlon Wayans. I'm not sure, but it was with one of the Wayne brothers, and he said that he was there. And these are people that are coming out ever since ever since P Diddy got arrested. Everybody got to do a video now. Like, oh no, I was there, but I didn't indulge. Whatever. But he came out and said that um, Diddy supposedly asked him, "Hey, shit's gonna start up after 3," and he was like, "Oh, what do you mean? What's gonna happen after 3?" So he left. So he made a joke like, I guess everything started at 3:01. Because supposedly this guy parties all the way till like the next day, like middle day or whatever. So it's just getting to a point that even as I looked at this icon, like I like to, love his movies. Anything with the Wayans brothers, I love to watch. They're funny. They're hilarious. But now I'm saying to myself, ooh, you're admitting that you went there, but you left at 3 o'clock. I mean, that's that's very being very specific with
Well,
your time.
according to just random sources all over the media, they were saying that there are different segments of his parties, which I completely understand because it was the same way in the nightclubs when I was running nightclubs or bars and restaurants at late night. We did have different segments of parties. It was like you guys are here for the actual party, right? To get drunk and do
Uh-huh. Yep.
whatever and find stuff. And then after closing time, there was a different party. And honestly, after that party, there was another party. So I yes, the times are specific because those are the times like at 1:45 you had to clear the bar. You had to leave. You were not allowed back in, especially if we didn't know you, obviously, because first it's against the law to serve alcohol or uh, sell alcohol after a certain time. And after that segment, we would stay in the bars to like 4 to 5 o'clock in the morning. And then it's just like, what are we doing now? And they were like, yo, let's go to this house or whatever, because we didn't have to wake up to the next day for what, 12 hours after that.
Hold
I mean,
on.
our days would get started
Yeah.
around 3 to 4 o'clock. So these parties are not only believable, it's practical. It's an actual thing that did obviously take place. There's way too many people talking about it. Now, what? Like, who is telling the truth? Who's not? It's not easy to turn your back when you're that deep into the game, bro. You can't just say, I don't want this. Sometimes you just got to partake. it's a very touchy subject because I don't want to accuse anybody of what they didn't do,
Oh, of
or
course, yeah. I mean,
but
we don't know.
ugly
We
is
don't know the
ugly, bro. It'll be naive to think that none of these people partook. I mean, Oprah was caught lying. All these people that we see on television screens, they didn't think that we were gonna have this technology that we have now. So now, yeah, rightfully so, they're all shitting bricks because they're like, okay, where's this VHS? Where is this CD? Where is this tape? Now it's a cloud where you can erase it if you want. I don't know exactly how that works when you get deeper into the government, but yeah, I can definitely see. I actually, I'm sure you remember. I used to work for P Diddy in the office downtown. We used to be there all the fucking time on the street team, and it was very strange because one time we did go out to the Hamptons and there's actual a video of it. I didn't even never thought we would find it, but the street team was screaming so loud over Jay-Z, and Jay-Z had to look at us like, yo, chill. He was very respectful and very nice about it because he knew we were just like some knuckleheads yelling at the top of our lungs trying
yeah.
to represent our thing. uh, the reason why I mention that is because these are where some of the parties took place. Now, let's say if they did give me a shot with anger therapy or MP Merge Productions, and they were like, yo, come into this sec. At that time, at that moment, I was so desperate. I was so depressed. Um, I was confused about life because we were in a transition where we didn't have the information that we have now. Obviously, you could
No.
go online and learn about life literally by watching Google. At that time, we didn't have access to that. We were just wondering, like, what the fuck do we do? What if P. Diddy were to give me a record deal? We didn't have all this access of information. So, with all fairness, for all the people who were involved in those parties and just involved in Hollywood, I cannot say that I wouldn't have been a part of it myself.
True, true. Um, I believe that whoever comes out, I mean, supposedly the list is over 200 people. Like, I mean, I think it's
It
250, but
has to be
whatever.
more. I mean,
You know,
that's
I mean, we're
silly.
talking 20 years of this party going
Yeah,
on.
200
Okay.
people is just like that's laughable, but
I
I
mean,
understand.
and,
Yeah.
and remember something, it's very believable. I mean, if I mean they was like they confiscated like 1,000 baby oils and all that. I mean, who knows what this guy was throwing? It could be what do you call it, like mud wrestling, but with oil. Who knows? You know, but what comes to light when it comes to P Diddy, unfortunately, and this I say as a fact, the world knows it, the world saw it. Okay, was the hotel, him running out in just a
Oh, with
towel,
Cassie. Yeah.
grabbing this girl and pulling her by her hair. So, you know, are we taking just that little bit of information and we're like, yeah, he did those freak off parties. He, was sex trafficking and forcing people
I
yeah, but
see.
before, like, I'm not gonna sit here and say yes, he did that, you know. But,
It's not hard to believe.
after raiding his house, and there are thousands, thousands, and I've only scraped it a bit of pictures of his parties and how he's with the guys and like a big bed and all of this and that. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of sketchy. I mean, look, dude, if the guy likes to go both ways, that's his business. Then we spoke about that before. That's his business.
Yeah.
But children, anyone under 18, that's pushing it, and I have a funny feeling the one who has the key to all this, I would say, is Justin Bieber and Usher. I guarantee you, man.
No, you got other
Because
people
he,
involved
he
as
he
well.
took no, what I'm saying is he took Usher and especially Justin Bieber on his wing, just like that.
Dude, he spent days with Justin Bieber. That's wildly inappropriate.
Well,
What do you mean you adopted him for 3 days and they spent time and I mean, that's not an accusation, that's a fact because he says it on film, on
yeah,
the camera. We're gonna get buck wild. It's like, first of all, what do you mean by that? And again, I'm sure that they didn't think technology was going to be what it is now, where we could just keep playing it every single day. You don't have to
yep,
wait till 10
yep,
o'clock news to watch this. You could just
yep,
at any moment. The reason why I can understand why some people will be naive towards situations like this is because they have not tasted that side of even a little bit of fame. Bro, when I was in Virginia Beach doing my thing with, concerts, I'm not saying I was the best rapper or best performer. I just loved doing it. I had a passion for it,
Yeah.
obviously. And I had a little taste of fame, and with that little, with a little fame, bro, you get a lot of power, even with a small amount, because people need things from you, they want things from you, they spill secrets because they think they can trust you. Which anyone who spoke to me in confidence, of course, you could trust me, and you guys should know that. But there were so many things that you find out behind the scenes, and I was just a dot, like a fucking like Delaware to the United States. So I can imagine all of these extra parties, all these things going on backstage. When you see those actual freak offs in, like, let's say the game 300, not the game, the movie 300, in that scene when King Xerxes, I forget his name, when he's in the tent and the guy is coming out and he wants to pledge allegiance, and the king is like, I'll give you whatever you want. This is reality. People don't understand, like, what you see on a television screen behind closed doors, it's really bad. That I saw a post that my buddy put out, David. He put a post out, or Jose, earlier today, or maybe it was yesterday, whatever, but I saw it today, and it was about the paper planes female. Did you see that?
No, I'm not. I'm
The
not.
girl that says, all I want to do is bum, 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 take your money. I forget, but the song is called Paper Planes. But apparently, she was signed to Jay Z, or Jay Z was giving
Oh,
her an opportunity.
Mia. Yeah,
Mia, yes, Mia,
yeah, yeah.
MIA. It's
And
MIA.
her last performance, she was pregnant. That's the last we ever heard of her.
Okay, but she says this. You could go on Facebook and wherever, and she's talking into the camera and saying the reason why I didn't go so far is because Jay Z wanted me to do things like drink blood and do all this shit, and people laugh at it, but it's not funny because it's very true. One hit wonders are not one hit wonders for no reason. They get an opportunity. Hey, this is fame. This is what it is. But if you want to go any further, and they do have levels to that, that's why when you look at net worth of people, it's never
Yeah,
like staggered. It's the same. It's like uh, Johnson suddenly is worth $200 million. Eminem is worth $200 million. Their net worth. And if you want to go higher, you got to do some atrocities, and it's not a secret. It's all out there. It's just people are too afraid, and they're too uncomfortable to know the truth.
yep.
Taylor Swift collecting over $1 billion for her tour, people spending $1,000. There's a lot that goes behind that. I don't want to get off track. I want to stick to the subject with P Diddy and stuff, but it's understandable why people are naive. I understand, and when you have that much money and power, bro, he's like one of the richest people in the world. Like what? What?
Well,
What can't you do?
I'll give you my opinion on that. Okay, he is by far one of the richest producers out there. He is. There's no one any richer than him. Okay, he's an entertainer. Suge Knight put it just well in the award show. Come join me. If you don't want your producer in your videos or singing on your track, and I never looked at it that way, and it's true. Biggie, Mace, you name it, he's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, he does whatever he does. Okay, um, and the thing is, let me touch up with Justin Bieber for a minute. Okay, something did happen, I believe. Justin Bieber was this clean cut white boy with the hair that you got to keep doing all this crap, right? Starts hanging out with P. Diddy, and what, by the age of 20, 21, the guy has full body tattoos. Like what the hell happened there? You know? And in a case like this is where I start to wonder, like, damn, did he tell him, hey, in order to make it in the game, you got to get tatted up because you're a white boy. You know what I'm saying?
I have to
Because think,
stop you.
what's up?
I have to because I'm actually knowledgeable on this. Not saying that it's true, not saying that I spoke to someone directly, but I've done my research in certain situations on why all these rappers fill their bodies with tattoos after they get signed and
Get
stuff.
some sort of fame.
So
Enlighten me, please.
the theory behind that is when they lose their masculinity, when Diddy or whoever else is like doing sexual activities with these people, they want to feel more like a man and tough. They want to have that tough appeal. So that's why they tat their bodies. Like MGK, he just covered his body, just filled with tattoos. And the point of that was someone had a theory, a few people actually, because when they have to do these rituals and stuff, they lose like their manhood. They don't feel like a man anymore. So they want to stand out and be tough. When you think about Eminem, nothing. Where's all his tat? He still has the same tattoos he's had. Maybe he has a
Yeah.
few extras, but you
And he even
can,
covered him when he did 8 Mile.
bro. Bro, there's you can see the contrast. You can see the contrast clearly. Justin Bieber, he's talented, but is he really? Because you can take anyone out of the dirt and make them whatever they want. You know, you got to have the
Especially if
look,
they
you
have
got
a
to have the
voice.
sound, the
Especially if they have a
voice.
voice. It's all about that voice.
Jay-Z too. The reason why he's so popular is because of his voice. Yeah, he does have a lot of wise things to say, but if you really think about it, if you put his voice with MGK's voice, it will not be entertaining.
No,
And that
no.
that and that's well, that's more of an opinion. It's borderline fact because even some of these singers are just incredibly talented when it comes to vocals. Like let's say Celine Dion, but does she like perform? Does she do like Beyonce moves? Because Beyonce has like the best of many worlds. She's beautiful. She's a sexy young lady. She has
Yep.
incredible vocal
And
cords.
she can dance.
She's incredibly talented. She writes her own music. She produces her own music. She directs her own videos. So that's like a bundle of like, wow, we got something big here. But then you compare that to, let's say, Ariana Grande, and she has a voice. She's a pretty young lady, but is she naturally creative like Beyonce? No, there's no evidence of that. But she is talented. I'm not taking it away from her. But there is a contrast. Lady Gaga is incredibly talented. Her vision is just out there, and she has such a great voice. But is she the prettiest thing on the market? Not really. She used to be cute. I don't know what happened with her. I don't know if it was the drugs or whatever it was. But
Well,
I guess just bringing it back to the point where I cut you off with the tattoos and stuff, there's a huge theory that people just overly tat themselves because they want to keep that manly look. My brother, I don't even think he has tattoos. I haven't spoken to him in a while, but I don't even think he has tattoos. And the kid is freaking intelligent and incredibly talented. Um, it's
well,
I'm trying to think of other people too.
I will say this, okay? If you remember, and I'm pretty sure people forgot this, okay? Justin Bieber was between the age of 18 and 20, and he disappeared. And when he came back out, he had all these tattoos. Okay. Now, when I saw it, I thought it was fake. I was like, man, how does one person do all that in a year? That's wild, you know? Um, as far as like Diddy's concerned, maybe he has some kind of hold on him. I listen, the talk is, and everybody's talking about, all the platforms are talking about, all the news people, TMZ, and of course I leave room for the exaggeration that this could just be fake news. But when you have a consistency with all these people, and then you have the conspiracy people, and they're agreeing with this, you do got to say to yourself, one of the charges is blackmail. Okay, supposedly Diddy's home is filled with cameras that supposedly these people didn't know about. He films them doing something they shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying? And then before you know it, hey, I need you to start paying me $100,000 a month. Otherwise, I'll put this out.
Why not?
But you feel what I'm saying? And
Yeah, I
I,
mean, why
I,
not? I'm asking you.
what do you mean? Why not?
Like, what would make you? Because I know, like, we don't know the facts for sure, but what would you personally make you think that it couldn't be true, right? What
Oh,
would make you think for 1 second?
because
That's not
right now a lot of people are still roaming free. People,
that's true too.
they had the Steve Harvey that when P. Diddy got arrested, he bounced. Like they don't even know where
A
he
lot
went.
of them did.
You know,
A
Ellen
lot.
Ellen
Too many.
DeGeneres is now a citizen in England or whatever in Europe. You know, like she moved out there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I mean, dude, I'm hearing names of like Kevin Hart, and then you know about the Will Smith thing, though. Have, supposedly they have, I don't know where they get this information from, but they got information or video because supposedly they have these videos, from what I'm understanding, okay, and they have these videos where he's having sex with another man. You know what I'm saying? So, just imagine a person like Will Smith. He's rich. He's got money. He's a millionaire, you know? And here we got to pay Diddy, $100,000 a month. You times that by 12, okay? And then you times the people by like 100. Because, dude, there's no way. I refuse to listen. We have producers that have Quincy Jones alone recorded the best icon in the world. Okay, a man who like, and don't get me wrong, I don't think Michael Jackson is like the greatest thing in the world. But you know what? He has character with what he does. He's unique at what he does, and he's a awesome, awesome entertainer. Okay, but here we have P Diddy. What is he? I mean, not even Birdman can match. What he has. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
P.
like
Diddy is smart. He's not stupid.
Oh, he sure is smart. He knew what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? But I P. Diddy is an over exaggerated businessman. You know what I mean? I'll give him that. I believe he did clothing or whatever. He tried to do all this other stuff. You know, but I just think that this is by far the beginning, and I think in May, because I think that's when his trial is. I do believe that in May, it's going to come out. Supposedly, it leaked out that when he was making these calls, he was busy telling his kid, "Hey, make sure you throw out all those pizza boxes." Obviously, that's I guess they're looking at that as a code, which it is. You know, you, you're in jail and probably about to go to prison. What are you worried about pizza boxes for? You know what I'm saying? And it'd be so sad to hear that his kids were involved. You know what I mean? And like I said, man, there's a lot of names that was already leaked out. I think it was like 20 names, and it's all the people that we listen to, the people that were like, "Yo, I want to be like him. Yo, I want to be an actor like him." You even have Kevin Hart that supposedly went to these parties too. You know, um,
It's not supposedly, bro. He's on film.
no, no, no. I know. Hey, only because we don't want the people to be how people can get. They'll, oh, you guys are assholes.
Oh, but don't I
I'm
don't
just
fuck them. I'm not worried about them. What
okay.
I'm
Then there we go. All right, I'll do it too.
well, no,
Yes,
I'm just
he's
saying
on the
like the
list. Will Smith is on the
I don't
list.
think there's anything wrong about the freak off parties. That's what they wanted to do. Who gives a fuck? That's their business. It's when you're holding people against your will or their
Yeah.
will and drugging them. That's what I have a problem with.
And that was
And
interesting.
that's scary shit.
Listen, it's interesting you say that because not one, but like, I mean, I can't really give a count, maybe like 10, 15, maybe 20, I don't know. People have come forward already saying that when they go to his party, he gives out a drink, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, I'm stuck, I'm stuck here. They black out and they don't remember what happened.
Bro, look what R. Kelly was doing. Did you watch those documentaries and the people that were speaking out against him? And, the
No.
mother was going to rescue her daughter from the hotel that used to be a beautiful young woman that looked like a boy
Is this the
because
one that is this the one that he peed on?
no, this is the surviving R. Kelly. And it's crazy about those
Oh, I
videos
want to
that
watch that. Yes, I
you
seen that.
should
I
watch that
saw it.
because you
Yeah.
should hear the stories that they're speaking now. Is everything real and like at 100% face value? I don't know if everyone is being genuine, but I will say that they do have instances where the mother's rescuing her daughter. Her daughter is just like in between, like, do I want to give up this power, or am I being tortured and manipulated and brainwashed at that? And who really knows what he's giving them in their food, their drink? He was controlling every move that these young women were it sending his boys to the mall to gather up 15-year-olds. Now,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That
I
and
had, I
and
was
that
dating, yeah, really quick. I was dating a chick, years ago in the Bronx, young girl. I was young, teenagers, and we saw Jim Jones driving down the street in his car. And I didn't think who it was, but then when you saw the Bentley or whatever it was, I was like, oh shit, that is Jim Jones. And he was yelling out the car, just hanging out, whatever. And then she went ape shit. She like lost her mind because Jim Jones was there. And it actually changed my whole entire like appetite for that relationship, because I'm
yeah,
like, damn, dude, really? You know how many celebrities have been around just in general, just from running nightclubs and venues? How many celebrities I was around at a teenager? I never acted like that. I didn't even take autographs. The only autograph I ever took was from Boys to Men. I think I was 8 years old when my mother went to go to like a meet and greet, and they had a teddy bear, or we had a teddy bear that we gave them. We were young
yeah.
kids. And that was Boys to Men at the time. They were huge. And then another one was Beyonce when I was working for the Bad Boy Street team. And I think I was 14, 15 years old. I saw Beyonce or Destiny's Child at that. And I was in love with Beyonce. So I stood on that line for many hours just to get an autograph. But those are the only two. I've been around all day. I don't get starstruck like some of these people. Why? Because they're human. I give a fuck. And if I was like that back then, you already know how I'm going to be now. So
Dude,
when
hold on, dude. I love you, bro, man. I agree with you 1,000%, man. I've been around, and I tell my wife all the time, I've been around so much celebrities, and I've seen them in restaurants. You remember Pizzeria Uno when it opened up in Manhattan? Celebrities were in there.
Uno, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I forgot
I
about
would
that.
see them, and I was like, wow, yo, that's these the twins, not the Olsen twins, the two black girls. I forget their names.
Oh,
eh,
the sister.
yeah, yeah, they
Yeah.
were
Me
there.
and my sister
You
used to
know what I'm
watch that all
saying?
the time. Yeah.
Um,
It
I've
was
come
called
up,
Sister.
dude, in my time, I've come across Keanu Reeves. Walking
Mm.
in the street, I've come across Cindy Lauper. Um, I've come across Flavor Flav. Now, Flavor Flav was a trip because he was just not at the present state. And he stopped us, oh, you guys do music? Yeah, we could, yeah, yeah. He was just talking
That's
out of his
dope. Yeah.
ass, you know what I mean? But, you know, bottom line is this, is I've never approached them because I look at them as a human being who is successful. What can I do to, like, what am I not doing that I'm not at that level? The only time I've ever taken pictures, okay, pictures, uh, by sheer coincidence, we was in Pennsylvania, and you remember H-Town and Silk? They were both touring that group. They're an old R&B group, okay? And were they were there, and I knew who they were. You know what I'm saying? But one of the guys was playing the piano. They had a piano in the hotel we were staying at. And I asked him, "Can I jam with you?" And he goes,
Nice.
"Do you know the song?" I said, "I don't know the song, but I see the notes you're playing and I could jam with you." And we jammed, man, for like 30, 40 minutes, man, just jamming. And my mom was just taking pictures, so we took pictures with the I still have those pictures to this day, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
like
dope.
it,
Yeah.
it's like, yo, that's cool.
Well,
And
that's a
that,
little different from being starstruck. Like, oh my God, I'm your biggest fan. Like, I
eh,
saw something with Justin Bieber the other day on a TikTok or whatever, and these girls were like losing their shit. I would not allow my daughter to do that. Like, stop. The fuck are you doing?
listen, my buddy, I treated him to a Depeche Mode concert one time, and he treated me to a Prince concert. He's into Prince. I got him into Prince actually. And at this concert, the whole crew, including little known J Lo of Living Color, remember that comedy show?
Yeah.
The whole
Homie, don't play
crew,
that.
dude, yeah, the whole crew was there, man. And the best I did was like, yo, I really like your show. I like what you're doing there. Everybody, Jim Carrey, you can even touch. He was surrounded by bodyguards.
So
Can you imagine that? And he was nobody then too. But like, you know, again, the point in sharing this experience with these celebrities. it would hurt my feelings that I shook hands with somebody that might have been indulging in these parties. You know,
It's not
um,
your fault.
I
Yeah.
personally don't understand why adults, and don't forget, male or female, doesn't matter, are into like children. I don't get it. I don't get it because I'll look at a 15-year-old and I'll still see some sort of innocence. I don't even care if she's a bad girl or whore. There's some sort of innocence, and whatever she's doing in life, something happened. Parents allowed it, or it could have been raped by the father. Who knows? Or don't have a father, don't have, whatever the case is. It doesn't give a grown man and a full grown adult, 30, 40, 50, whatever, to like take advantage of this innocent victim. That's what they are. They're all innocent. They just need help. You
They don't
know
know better.
Exactly. So
I didn't know
like
better.
if
you know.
if if this guy is having these parties and he's having these celebrities indulge in this, you know what? I'll say it real loud. I want justice
No, there
for
should be
everybody.
justice, and it's going to be
You know,
justice
if
one way or
Jay-Z
another.
did it, throw his ass in jail. If Beyonce was there, look, throw her ass. Dude, man. There's no
Bro,
one
fuck
in
all of them.
hell.
First of all,
Yeah, yeah.
P Diddy was talking to this like 13-year-old, this rising star. I saw it the other day. I forget exactly.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What you
Yeah.
doing after this party?" It's like, bro,
Yeah.
that's a 13-year-old. First of all, and second of all, if I was an adult at my age and I saw that, because I don't remember seeing that when I was, growing up, because we don't have the
We didn't have social
instant
media like
YouTube.
that. Yeah.
Exactly. So if I would have seen that and understood exactly what was going on, bro, I would have lost so much respect. But I lost respect for P. Diddy and his whole entire fucking regime, or Puff Daddy, whatever you want to call it. Because, bro, you had the street team people, even to this day, probably, I don't know about exactly right now, we were working for free. These guys were taking full advantage of us, making millions of dollars off of our hard work and labor, promoting their shit, letting their name be known, putting their posters all over polls, handing out their CDs, representing these people that didn't give a fuck about us. Now, for me, it was a little different because I had the privilege and the opportunity to go upstairs on the 30th floor at the building, which I heard is a immigrant sanctuary now. But that building, I remember I had a pass, bro. I felt honored to go upstairs and prepare our flyers and go promote.
Uh-huh.
I've seen P. Diddy several times up there. I think I seen J Lo once or twice. I couldn't really tell because like there's the office is fucking huge, and someone was like, oh, that's J Lo, but I didn't really get, I didn't go run over there and say,
She
oh
she
my
might have
god,
had a
it's J
small
Lo.
butt then.
Who
She
the
might have
fuck?
had a small butt then.
Who
I mean, who
knows?
knows? Like that can't be
Bro,
her.
there
That
were
girl, that girl's too skinny.
one thing I will say though that I always found strange because I've always been a businessman at heart, thanks to my stepfather, because he always had me working if I wanted to. He gave me the opportunity, obviously with the pizza shop across the street. And when I would walk into that office and I look around, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is everyone doing? It was very strange because people were fucking off, doing whatever they wanted. It was like a playhouse for everyone. And I
Yeah.
did not understand why no one was taking anything serious. I was 15 years old and I was a very serious businessman. I was there to perform a job. I was there to have the opportunity as an intern to eventually get hired. And they treated me like I was shit because they were all gatekeeping. That's why. They were just like, "Oh, you ain't getting ahead of me, motherfucker." You're like, yeah, just stay over there. Like these guys, their whole entire office was a fucking joke. The entire office, these cubicles were not cubicles for production. The whole entire thing was full of shit. Period. And I could name drop because I knew plenty of fucking people up there. And it was a really disheartening opportunity because again, you're working for one of the biggest fucking record labels and they're just looking at you and treating you like you're shit. I
Well,
never received a paycheck. If anything, I should go on the stand and be like, "Yo, Diddy, do you mind? Just saying, can you pay me for what I did with interest?" I mean, that's stupid, but
well. Let's not forget. No, that's a very good point. What you're saying, because it is also said that some of these people that he's produced for, he hasn't even paid them yet,
no.
and they've been out for over a year. You know what I mean? I mean, like, I don't know what money they're spending. to have these clothes. I don't know what they how they're living, you know what I'm saying? But the bottom line is that he wasn't paying them, period. Mace was one of them, you know what I'm saying? Anybody after Mace, they were all just
And
suffering,
you
and like,
saw
yo,
what
when
happened
am
with
I gonna get
Mace.
paid? And don't forget, you remember, you remember, as a matter of fact, Mace, didn't he become some kind of pastor or preacher? Like,
What do you
makes you
think? Why do
wonder
you
what
think?
happened.
He
Justin
probably
Bieber
went to one of
also,
those parties and was just like,
Justin
"Oh,
Bieber is also finding new faith now. He's at Christian,
ain't no
concerts
mystery."
and all that. It's like something people are not seeing this. They're just like, oh, P. Diddy messed up. I said, yo, whoa, whoa. We got a whole list of other people that messed up. I mean, dude, they wanted to bag the people that were just there, watched it, and let it happen and didn't report it. You know what I'm saying? That's like two charges right there alone.
Well,
You know
if
what I'm
you're
saying?
if you're sitting there for financial gain and you don't want to say anything because you want to keep your job, then yes, you should go fuck off yourself. Yes, they should go fuck off too.
Yeah,
Anyone
no,
that was
yeah.
involved or any of this evil shit, first of all, again, and I mention it often, I believe in God. So I truly believe that our creator is having a reckoning for all these fucking evil ass people just taking up all the resources. Yeah, these people like again, Taylor Swift eating up everyone's resources. People have their life savings on the line to go see this fucking bitch on a stage. And she's not even really that talented, bro. I mean, like, she's a stiff fucking tree trying to dance and have moves. She's just a name brand
What
like
video is
not
that? Because
Nike or Chick-fil-A, bro.
yeah, I like to see that video because as far as I've seen, you know, she has a couple of songs that I actually have in my folder because she has uh, uh, um, catchphrases that I'll loop. And what I do, I don't use her voice. I detune it to sound like Mike Jones, like, hello, like it's just lower. And I put it in my mixes. You know what I mean? And if you don't pay attention to it, to the words, you'll be like, oh, who's that voice? They wouldn't know, you know. But like when it comes to her, first of all, she is like I don't know why. I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, I think she's talented. She writes her own music. She's a deadbeat on the stage. She just sits there and
Well,
walks
that's
around.
what I try to combine with talent, bro. Like Eminem could rap his own music and it sounds exactly how it is when you fucking listen to the CD.
Yep,
Same thing with
yep,
Beyonce.
yep.
But some of these people like Lil Wayne, oh my God, he's an atrocious live performer. I would never. I've had
He's
buddies that went
bad.
out to.
He's bad.
I've had buddies that were like, "Yo, you want to go see Lil Wayne at the Virginia Beach Amphitheater?" I'm like, "No, why would I want to do that? It's a waste of fucking time." And 50 Cent too, he's another one. He's fucking terrible live on stage. So
Yep.
for me, if you're gonna be talented, there's one thing: recording artist and a performing artist.
Yeah.
If you don't have both, you should not be on any world platform. It's bullshit. You have these rappers rapping over their own music. I wouldn't allow it. At Shockers, when I was running the entertainment at Shockers for a while, if you wanted to do an open mic or whatever, you cannot rap over your own music. You had to put an instrumental on and rap it. And if they started complaining, I would jump on the stage with some of my other buddies, like Words Illa or what was the other clan? I say his name because he's like one of the people that I still stay in contact with. But you had like the hot shots. Like there was a lot of people at that time where they would respect the game and say, you know what? He's right. And not only that, they're like minded. They were like, if we want to perform, oh, another dude is intellect. Yeah, that dude's fucking nasty. Whoever's listening and watching, you know
Yeah.
who I'm talking
Yeah.
about. He's fucking nasty, this dude. You put him on a stage with an instrumental, he'll fucking shred it. That's what I appreciated. And I don't even, a lot of these people didn't like me by nature because, there's different cultures. Who is this guy coming out of nowhere in the Bronx thinking he's whatever? But the when you're talking about talent like Justin Bieber, he was live, sounded good. Taylor Swift, I'll give her that, man. I mean, I can't take too much away from
No,
her and call her
you
talentless.
you can't. As far as
It's a little silly
entertaining,
for
she,
me to
she
say.
doesn't have it as far as entertaining.
But the performing art,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's got. Let me tell you, like I said, I know you're not trying to beat her, nor am I. She
No,
is
I don't want
very
to. Yeah,
talented when it
yeah.
comes to the music, without a doubt. And she, she's one of those rare talents that she writes her own music.
I'll give her
You
that.
know, you can't say that of Justin Bieber. They didn't even talk about Justin Bieber ever writing. I think now he's writing. He's older. Wiser. I don't know. He's got more of a story to write. He's married. He got a kid. Blah blah blah.
Henry, I'm sorry, but you're either born with it or not.
Yeah,
That's my opinion. You're either
yeah.
born with it or not, bro. You don't train to be talented. It's either you're a football player and you've been running on that damn field since you were a toddler or whatever. Because I see some kids, I'm just like, whoa, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, that kid will outrun me. That's natural talent. And what I see a lot of the times with people like P. Diddy, when they had the whole, do you remember? And I want to keep it on topic for sure. But they had the thing when he was sending these kids to his studio to record. What was it? Oh, making the band or whatever,
Oh
making the
yeah,
rappers, whatever the
yeah.
fuck. These guys were garbage. He was using people for whatever reason to give them a platform and he gave them a studio to say, do what you can or do what you can or whatever. But had you had someone that was actually talented, they would have made it. But where are these people in making the band? They're nowhere because they didn't have the talent that was required. So that's just like going to the Bronx, New York, and Bainbridge or Fordham Road, whatever, and be like, who wants to be a basketball star? You got to sign up and compete. And then they put them in the NBA and they're the worst fucking team in the world.
Yeah.
That's what P. Diddy did. And it's a shame when you have people that are not that talented that have this huge platform, but I think it's safe to say that you have to perform some pretty ridiculous rituals in order to be what you want to be. Because I know when I was growing up, when you would go to not even growing up, excuse me, when I was in the transition of Virginia Beach in 2004 and 2005 with the live music industry, you had to have talent to perform on the stage. You already know where I'm going with this. Now, what do you need to get signed or go on the stage?
Blood. you,
No,
you you need to
followers.
sacrifice something,
You could be the worst sack of shit in the world. So long as you have 1 million followers on fucking TikTok or whatever, they'll give you a platform. And that is a fucking shame, dude. What a shame. So many
that
talented
that
people
that
out there.
that was the other topic I wanted to get into with you. Probably not right now, but like that's the thing I don't get. I see, you know, some songs are like, oh, that's an interesting song, but they're just on platforms. Oh, check out my new album. You know, it's free. You know what I mean? Like you can just download it and do whatever you want with it. I mean,
Travis
the
Scott.
the music industry took a shit, dude. Like I try to sit here and understand how do you make money? How do you generate it? Because right now, at this point, the way I'm seeing it, they're just doing a concert, but you still got all the people that got the stage up, that's doing the lighting, that's engineering the sound. You got all these people to pay. You got your bus tour. You know what I mean? You got your hotel stay. Yo, dude, that's if just a hypothetical number, $500,000 is what you made today at that concert. Okay, what do I have left? Oh, you got about 80,000. You know what I mean? Like the reality, because everybody got to get paid. That's like the bottom line. And what I think what was going on with the Diddy situation, he somehow finagled this. Oh, dude, you was at my party and you was with that 12-year-old. You know what I mean? I'm not paying you shit. That's all. I think I no, I don't think.
Good
I
point.
believe that that's
No, that's
that's
a
what
good point.
happened. And you know what? It's so sad that this one man now will be responsible for destroying the music industry. And that's sad. That's sad because, like you said, even me, what was the common denominator when you become famous, especially in the 80s or 90s? Drugs. Hey, yeah, we got 3 shows to do. I can't make it, man. I'm tired. Here, just take this. You'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? And then you start taking it and taking it and take. Before you know it, man, you're coked out, you're uppered out. You're just strung out. then your
Well,
career's over because you can't do it no more. Listen, this is a fact. Stone Temple Pilots, okay? That singer, that guy there, okay? He was a drug addict, all right? But he put out some serious music. The guy went to therapy or not therapy, what do you call it? So you could get better.
rehab,
A rehab,
rehabilitation.
okay? He put out an album when he's not on drugs. It sucked. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But
I have
not
a pet. Go
that
ahead.
not to me though, because I look at music differently. If everything's there, I get cool. But you know what? That was like a whole different band. It wasn't STP no more. So now he goes back onto drugs again, does another album, kicks ass again, and then dies. You know what I mean?
It's
you,
unfortunate.
you can't do rehab, come out and be clean for a year or two, and then you know what? The media has told me that my album sucks. I better start doing my heroin again. Now you're dead.
Well,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
when it comes to the mainstream media, Puff Daddy, Jay-Z, all these people most likely single-handedly destroyed the entire mainstream media. It's the same thing with the mainstream news. Once YouTubers started coming out and podcasts like this, not to say that we're anything huge, but when you have situations like this, what happens to the mainstream? It dies because people don't want to hear the standard bullshit. You don't have to be have a record deal to make a living off of rapping. You could easily make $50,000 a year streaming your music on all these platforms. You don't need to be rich and famous.
Yeah, yeah,
Why do you
agreed.
need to be that? And people want to, they want rich and fame so bad. And it's crazy because you think about this, people are so desperate to just go outside and have people yell at them and scream for them. It's addictive. It's an addictive thing. Now, for me, with my tiny bit of fame that I've had or local celebrityhood that I had, no one has ever like yelled and screamed for me, like, oh my God, three sheets and man funk. It was more of a hardcore respect because I refused to sell out for anyone. I was gonna do it my way or fuck you. And for the people that were around, respected that. But you've had other people that were in the same genre as me or in the same level that rose above because they sold out and started doing some either gay fruity shit, uh conforming to the norm of the LGBTQ community and all that shit. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of them didn't want to um not entertain or host them. They did it to get ahead. And that's just being fake. If you disagree with something, all right, just like let's say Justin Bieber or Meek Mill. Meek Mill he's not that serious, but the reason why he holds a stake in the game is one, he probably keeps his mouth shut and he takes it up the ass. Just saying it just like that.
You know,
Because there's way too many stories for anyone to ignore that shit.
enjoy.
These guys act so tough on the screen and like so gangster. Like, they're not. And their music sucks. Meek Mill, you suck. Sorry, I don't give a fuck.
And I'm gonna tell it to you like this, okay? This is how I look at it. There is, in my opinion, everybody could beg to differ. In today's time, 2024 into 2025 and so on, there is no mainstream music anymore. You got people like Method Man and Redman still doing their thing. And yo, when I watch those videos, I'm involved, man. I'm like, yo, man, this is what I want to hear. But it's not out. It's just, I
Well,
mean,
it's not in the mainstream.
yeah, like you know, they don't even. I don't even think they record anymore. They just like spit some stuff, and you know what? They have over their million views, and they're making their money. And that's what it is. These platforms, you can now make money doing this.
That's what
You
I'm
know,
saying. You
but
could be an underground artist and make 50 grand a
it's
year.
like you all day long. I'm seeing videos you're putting up. You even in your car. You just put it on. You know what I mean? Like I don't have the power to have that time You know what I mean? Because the type, yeah, I'm not door dashing. If you know, you know what I mean. But
No,
I mean,
no, I
you
understand,
have plenty of
bro.
time
Trust me,
from when
really
you pick
quick,
up. Yeah.
just so anyone knows that's watching this or whatever the case is, I count my blessings every day that I have the opportunity to do what I want to do when I want to do it. I don't
Yes.
ever take that for granted. I
Yes.
don't ever say like, "Oh, look at me, I'm cool and you're not." It's like, no, I have the opportunity to do it because I'm a single father focusing on my daughter and my daughter only. I don't have a girlfriend. I haven't been on a date in a long time because my full focus is her. And when I do these videos, even this podcast, it's going to take a while to pick up, but eventually it will pay off. You just have to be consistent. And God bless my brother so I love him to death. But I've told him this before. I don't know if he got mad at me or whatever the case is. Again, I haven't spoken to him in a while, and there's a lot of reasons why. I was disrespectful off the mouth and shit. And I'm just being real. This is a real podcast. There ain't nothing to hide here. But I've told them before. I'm like, bro, you don't have to worry about what other people think. You don't have to worry about what record deals other people have. Just release your music, be real with yourself, be honest about your intentions of what you want to do with the music. And this is not directed to him. I'm just saying anyone that's watching this, anyone can make a living entertaining. Everyone has their phone in their hands. There's 3 billion people at one time online or more at one time. There is no reason why you cannot grasp those people and make a little bit of change, even if you make 20 grand a year, bro, as a side
Yeah.
gig. Do it. Don't stop. Don't give up on your dreams, dude. Ever.
I definitely agree with that because let's bring out your brother for an example, and those that don't know Gemini Jinx, check him out.
He's
You know,
just fucking incredibly talented.
you
This
know,
kid is.
and you know what? It's hard to hit that mainstream. I've seen several podcasts with him. Interesting. You know, but like he was pushing it a lot, and I guess he slowed down or whatever. He's showing like, oh, this is my next thing or whatever. You know, I hope he doesn't get discouraged by that because it is discouraging. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at like even the style of music that I do, like dance music or whatever. Dude, there's so many record labels out there that don't even make sense anymore. You
Tell me
don't
about
see Sony anymore. You don't see Everstar no more. You know what I mean? You don't see Sire Records. I do believe Sire Records is still out, but not in strength. Like back in the 80s, Sire Records was the shit, and that was for more or less the alternative new wave music, you know,
Yeah.
and now you barely see them. Like if I come across Sire Records just produced, I'm hearing it, whether it's whack or not. It doesn't matter. I'm like, oh, sweat, they still out. Yeah, that's cool. You know what I mean? But like, there's so much labels out there and it's good that they're out there, but you know what? They're geared for DJs now. Everything's geared for DJs, mixing the music or doing whatever. Okay. And, I've been there before myself. I went and did a track for and the girl's name was Cascada or something like that. There is another name for Cascada, but that's not that one. Okay, we're talking like from the 90s. And I remember, I went into the studio and they said, "Hey, let me see what you can do with this." You know what I mean? And all they wanted was the bass line. So I gave different variations of the bass line. They liked one of them that I did. They kept it. They paid me. I walked away. About a month later, I heard it bumping in the club, and like that made me feel like, oh, like I'm checking everybody out. I'm like, yeah, they dancing to this. They feeling that hard pounding bass. You know what I'm saying? And like that made me feel good. But that was the only way to do it. Like I was just selling beats and all that, like, I didn't get recognition off of that, but I enjoyed hearing it in a club. Like it was dope. You know what I mean? And I probably sold probably close to like not even a lot, dude, to be honest. Out of 20 that I know that I sold, okay, I think 4 of them I heard in a club. And that's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But my name's not on it. You know, in my lifetime, I've done 2 commercials. Okay. And one of them, one day I was just watching the TV and the commercial came up. And I was like, oh, Sweat Bomb, come here, yo,
That's
that's
dope.
me. You know what I'm saying? And then I did a music for a computer software. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? That was it. It's like you get paid and then you're forgotten. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm not so we live in our own reality, right?
Yeah.
We're our own heroes in our heads. I'm my biggest fan, and I'm my biggest hater. I'm my biggest critic. I love myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm all about me nowadays, especially. I protected. Someone said this earlier, and I earlier like this year, I forget who it was, but like to protecting your energy is really important. So what's important is when it's our time to go. My this is my number one thing right now. I'm going to be 40 years old again. We're both at halftime. It's like I am not going to die and say shit. I should have done that. I should have tried to do this. I'm going to exhaust every option. And you know what? If I'm broke on my deathbed and didn't accomplish everything I wanted to accomplish, my biggest accomplishment was trying. That's where I stand with that.
Yeah.
So for
Yeah.
anyone listening to this, don't ever fucking give up on your dreams. My biggest inspiration again is fucking the Colonel from KFC, dude. He was like 67 years old. He got to enjoy his riches for the last moments of his life. And guess what? He didn't give up. He didn't give up. No one should ever give up on shit. I've written many books, I've published them, I've published many songs, I put my shit out there, and I just don't give a fuck if you like it or not. Look, I don't need to be a millionaire to be happy. I just need to know that I'm doing everything I can to be a fucking millionaire because I do want to be a millionaire eventually.
Well,
Just saying.
in light of that, like, my son right now, he's musically inclined, but he doesn't have that ambition to push it forward. You know, my wife knows this, my kids know this. I said, look, if anything was to ever happen to me, this is my account. I have all my music on there. You know what I
Mm,
mean? If it's catchy, if you want to do something with it, do something with it. If you can sell it, sell it. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I still have my tapes with stuff that I don't even have. I have tapes with you and me jamming. You
that's
know what I mean?
dope.
With you on it. Like probably stuff you probably forgot about. I even have I have like two CDs from you. I know that.
That's
And,
dope.
and like I keep a lot of stuff. Not because like I keep it solely because yeah, I did that. Yeah, I knew this guy. Yeah, I knew that guy. But you know what I mean? It's like I have music that I've done in my time that I can either revamp, get involved with it, but like I do and I don't. It's kind of weird, you know what I mean? Because, back then that was a time where a lot of people don't know. If you don't know, now you know. A lot of these people get their music right from the computer, hands down. Back when we were doing it, we were doing track for track. You know what I'm saying? Here's track one, that's the beat. Track two, let me play this bass line from beginning to end. Track three, let me add the strings. You know what I mean? And then you start adding your effects for the voice. It it was a whole lot more involved than what's happening now. It's one thing to have an idea with today's music, you know what I'm saying? And then it's another to have the idea back then. Back then there was work involved. It's not,
Yes.
oh, let me wake up at 12 in the morning, let me open up my program on my laptop. Ooh, I like that beat. Let me loop that beat for, 8 bars. Okay, let me add this and oh, it's my beat now. You know what I mean? Now that plays on for like 3 minutes. And then, oh, I like this bass line. Yeah, let me put this bass line, because it's out there for you. You have royalty-free samples that you can use.
Yes.
Bottom
So
line.
so to add to that, because we got to close this up soon. I think it's past an hour, which is
Yeah,
fine.
it's just about that time. Yep.
Yeah. So just to wrap that one little part up before we get back into Diddy and close that. Um, when I what you're saying is so real that people don't even realize how much it means to someone when you create something like music, a
Your
cake,
own.
a
Your own.
cupcake,
Yep.
their own wall unit that they built from scratch with the wood off their tree. So it's so disappointing, Henry, and I know you felt this way before. When you heard such a beautiful tune and then you hear someone else that played it, and then you realize it was a sample, and it just turns me the fuck off because I'm so fucking dedicated and passionate about creating my own sound, just like you. That when you hear the same sound and someone else used it because it's royalty free, it's such a fucking turnoff, dude. It's a turnoff. I'm sure you
Listen,
agree.
real quick, I will agree to that 100%. I am very keen, and you know this. Anybody who knows that I do music know this, but I know you know this the most. You know, when I listen to music, I'm in depth with the music, not so much what they're singing or how they're spitting the rap. I
The
listen to
theory.
the beat, to every single sound that is out. My wife can tell you that I'll be like, oh, I've heard that sound before. Check it out. You know what I mean? And then I'll play the original track. So they're still doing samples. That's number one from other people's music. Second
Mhm.
of all, I have a library of over like, man, maybe 6,000, 7,000 samples that I've
Nice.
acquired in probably every bit of 7 years, just samples. Dude, these samples, I hear it in today's music. I hear it in the underground music.
Yeah,
I
you
hear it
see? Even in
in the
movies,
video,
bro.
even in movies. And I'm like, what the fuck? So how is that yours now? You know? Yeah, you put out that song and you're making, millions, let's just say, There's nothing original about it anymore. Like once I hear it, I'm like, oh God, that sucks, you know? And it's sad because that's what music has become. Music has become just downloading samples or buying a beat or whatever the case is, or like I said, the royalty-free sites, And dude, I can make and create anything out of samples. It's not that hard. But what I like to do is take that sample and I change the shit out of it.
Oh,
Like,
don't get me
okay,
wrong.
you know,
Samples
I,
are fun to mess
yeah.
with.
You know what I mean? Like I like the pattern, but you know what? Let me detune it. Let me take out this one note. Like, like I have a program that does that. I mean, I haven't fired that program up in years because I didn't like it. And that was when I was a Magic Music Maker, and that's when I put in a song, to compete, and they were like, "Oh, you can't do that." I'm like, "But it's in the program. What are you talking about? The program allows me to. The one you allowed me, the one that I bought from you guys, first of all, I'm allowed to do that." They didn't like it. And
Boy,
I was like,
that's sort of like me getting banned one time from Facebook for like 7 days for using their GIF. I used one of their GIF to respond to a comment, and they said that it was sexually whatever because he was licking his lips and his gums or whatever was there said juicy or some shit. So I don't think, or I think it's safe to say that if me and you were doing a DJ concert or something, just producing music, we would use samples 100%.
yeah, yeah.
However, if we're doing an original album, there's no fucking way. Why would you want to use a sample for that? We would be in the studio for a few months or whatever, how long it takes to actually make sure that we're actually producing our own shit
Yep.
because that's just what we are and that's never died. It only gets better. But really quick, P. Diddy, guilty or not? Fuck
Guilty,
him. He's guilty.
guilty, guilty, guilty,
And I don't mean
guilty,
that out of
guilty,
spite.
guilty.
I don't mean that out of spite. I just think even if you were innocent for everything else, like having 1,000 bottles or whatever the case is, for you putting your hands on a woman, which I have never done. I've had a woman accuse me of it, and I'm just like, dude, I've never put my hands on a woman like that. Holy
Yo,
fuck,
he
dude!
pulled her by her
Oh,
hair.
I maybe
She's
shoved a
she
woman.
listen. She's just lucky that it was real hair. Well, I'm not lucky. She was unlucky that it was real hair because if it was a wig, it would just came off.
No
But
shit.
I'm going to tell you, the man is guilty. I mean, they went into a $500 million bond. That's what he was willing to pay.
I think
That's
it was
disgust.
50. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Well, I heard 50 and then I heard 500 million. And I was like, wow,
Either way, it doesn't matter.
that's
He's
kind of wild.
like
But
you're fucking someone's daughter up on. And I was raised by
he he
women,
he destroyed lives, man. He
many.
destroyed the music industry in the sense like, oh shit, P. Diddy would take me in. Oh, what? I got to suck a what? Wait, whoa, whoa. Oh,
Hmm.
okay. You know what I'm saying? Just to get an album out. And it's sad because that's not what the music industry is about. It's about creation and all that. And he just took that from people. You know what I mean? And you know, like I said, I don't want to go too long on it, but like I said, man, I am going to be so heartbroken when this list comes out because supposedly all of these people, they're going to subpoena all of them. And it's going to hurt, man, to see some of the celebrities that we know, that we grew up loving, watching, entertain us, movies, music. You know what I'm saying? It's going to hurt, dude. It
My
really is.
personal belief that they would rather collapse the United States before they get caught. And I have
Um,
many reasons to elaborate on that. Obviously, we don't have the time now, but they are not going to allow themselves to get caught. You have Tom Hanks. Tom
that
Hanks.
was another name.
He's accused of pedophilia. And what
Yep,
did he do? He went to Greece and got a citizenship there because they accept pedophilia. It doesn't exist to them. And then if you want to take it further, if you go to the Bible, there was pedophilia going on. That shit wasn't even a word. It was just like, hey, the kings walked through the town, saw a 15-year-old, 14-year-old beautiful chick. They were like, just like, I'll take her in my chambers tonight. There was no such thing. So these people are still living like kings and queens because they are. They have
yep,
enough money and power. They're protected. You can't even go next to them. Just like you were saying with Jim Carrey, surrounded by bodyguards. Every time I saw P. Diddy, if you think he was by himself, you're sadly mistaken. This motherfucker was like 10 deep every time
yep,
I saw him. It
yep,
didn't matter
yep,
where the fuck he was.
yep.
10 deep. The only time I saw him, I will say this. The only time I saw him, and I didn't realize how short he was, because even at that age, I was, 14, 15. I was taller than him. I couldn't believe it. I was like, damn, this motherfucker's short. And when he walked by me, he was, he gave me the nod, like whatever. That's the only time I didn't see him with security, but was security not there?
I'm pretty
Who
sure they
knows
were.
what was watching him?
And
He came down really quick to I forget exactly what club it was called, but Alicia Keys showed up when she was just getting started. You had Craig Mack. He showed up and got denied at the back door because they didn't know who he was, which is hilarious because he is Bad Boy, and he's
yep,
one of the reasons why
yep,
Bad Boy exploded. So we're all sitting there, and then suddenly this and whoever's watching this, if you ever see this, you can verify this. I hope you do. He was coming down the street in a drop top convertible, and there was some big motherfuckers around that shit walking beside the convertible like this motherfucker was the president. Which essentially, I mean, you have that much power, and it was just like, wow, really? You like, dude.
listen, listen. When P. Diddy first came into focus with the news, I've always told people like, that guy is really strange looking to begin with.
I
He's
agree. Yeah, he is weird looking.
he's got the beady eyes. They're close, like
It's
his
just
eyes are
weird.
just
Yeah,
close together. You know what I
it's
mean?
weird.
And you look at him, and I wasn't one to really preach it, but I say, yeah, that guy has like hidden secrets, man. That guy, that's that's the guy that's you got to be careful with. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I would like to say that P Diddy's career started with pretty much blew up with Biggie Smalls, and it went from there. From that point on, and if people don't see where it started and where it's ending right now, that video of him and that girl ruined him. Okay, because remember he did the show with the kids, and then he did the other show with the adults. They were all living in the same house, and he was sending them to get goat milk or whatever the fuck he wants
Hmm.
it.
Wait, what are you talking about? A video with the
That
female?
the one with the girl that he dragged her by her hair.
Oh, Cassie. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he did that reality show where they were all living in the same house or something. Like, as a matter of
That's what I'm
fact,
talking about.
yeah.
The making of the band, whatever the hell it was.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Um, and even those people, I think two of them came forward and said something about that during that show, the way he was. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I hate to say it, whoever's a P. Diddy fan, I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend, but I don't care. But I can't wait to hear this. I can't wait to hear what happened. I can't wait to hear what's on that laptop. I can't wait to hear about the videos. I am looking so forward to this because, it's a type of thing. This is a money hungry dude, and you know that. Okay. And just a side note, for those that don't know, when he took that sample of every breath you take from the police, okay, that guy had to pay. This is the agreement with Sting. He said, you have to pay me $2,000 a week.
A day. He's still paying it.
Or a day, yeah.
It's
You
two
know,
thousand dollars a day, and he's
two
still paying it
thousand
right
dollars
now.
a day to this day. Okay, can you imagine that? And they play that song every now and then. Man, I hear it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I'm
What
like, oh
what's
shit.
more pathetic about that is that he used that shit for his best friend's death song. What a piece of shit. So, okay, we have to end this.
By
So,
the way, real
one
quick,
thing I will
yeah,
say, I'm gonna have my last thought. You have your last thought. My last thought was Biggie Smalls and P. Diddy lost me when I actually paid attention to remember when you call me Big Papa and the dude that he shoves his face in the end and the girl that he's approaching was not only taking a leak in the men's bathroom with the penis, but she has a fucking Adam's apple in her neck. And you can watch it.
yep,
I put it in my
yep,
video. That's
yep.
where when I saw that recently, I was just like, I put it in my video and I washed my hands clean.
That was very
Biggie Smalls is no
questionable.
longer nothing to anything that has to do with mainstream shit. He
That
lost all fucking credibility
that
right
was
there, brother.
very questionable. I
Fucking
remember that, and
disgusting.
I'm wondering. I hope everybody noticed that part. You know what I mean? But
No, they didn't. And they don't want to accept it. They won't. They'll be like, what? Biggie Smalls, my favorite rapper, king of Brooklyn? No. The dude is fondling penises. Fuck you. It's fucking disgusting, bro. I'm not, I refuse to live a life where I have to kiss someone's ass just to get somewhere. Fuck that. He
agreed.
was, that's just where I stand with
No,
that.
no, agreed, man. I mean, I cannot disagree with that. Like I said, all we can do is wait. I mean, we got a couple of months ago, it was 5 months ago, whatever it is, and I'm going to follow it ritually, man. I want to
Good.
hear everything. I want to hear every name. I mean, like, right now on cable, they have the downfall of Diddy. You got to see that. It's very interesting. But the problem with that is nothing, for me, nothing is factual. We're only assuming. We're taking just whatever we heard so far and just talking about it. Whatever
True.
we heard so far, if people don't pay attention, is exaggerated. Gotta wait for the court. But I will leave with this note, and I want everybody to know this. The same people that participated, and I'm not saying everybody, let's just say 100 people, 50 of those people also participated in the Epstein Island. If people don't know that, careful. That's all I have
Okay,
to say.
well, just really quick, because now you just sparked my curiosity. When you say the people that participated in what? The pre-party, the after party, the tickle each other's butthole party, drinking
That
blood
that
party. I'm just saying, it's just what it
you got
is.
my wife laughing over here, man. That was funny. Well, like I said, we don't know how much participation these people were involved with yet. But the same names that was already put out there are the same people that were going to Epstein's Island also.
Fuck that,
Okay.
Henry. You know the truth. They're fucking guilty. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey,
All right.
listen. Listen. I'm very neutral. You know what I'm saying?
You're
And
too kind.
Yes, yes, I am.
That's what
I
makes a
get that a
great
lot.
balance for us because I am not neutral. Fuck them, but I
I
understand.
get that a lot, but you know what? Who knows? Maybe P Diddy would be like, "No, it was my son," and it turns out to be the son be the empire of all this. You
Yo,
know, who
plot
knows?
twist, plot twist. Imagine if he
Yeah,
is like innocent. Like
you
a lot of
never
people were
know.
saying, like the FBI like set him up for all this shit. So I don't want to like. I wasn't there. I don't know. I just know what I saw, and I definitely saw that black man beating the shit out of a black woman, and I don't see Black Lives Matter anywhere.
Nope, nope.
All right, we can end
Listen,
it there because we're
I'm
gonna get
gonna
in
end
trouble.
it right here with
Yeah.
this. I'm gonna end it with this side note. Folks out there listening, remember this, okay? Whatever happened, it happened by choice.
True. 100%.
Remember that it happened by choice. Nobody forced. So if you did this all by choice and this man has it on film, guess what? You're fucked too. Just like him. That's all I have to say. Good night, folks. Good night, Vic. We'll catch up on another day. You let me know when you want to do this again, man.
See, senor. Tomorrow. It don't matter. Look, if we're up to it and we have the time, let's do it. If things get in the way, that's just life. That's just what it is.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah.
am
No.
absolutely happy to entertain anyone out there and give you our point of view. I want everyone that's watching this to know that we are from the Bronx, New York, born and raised, and we are hardcore. Like, we don't have many zeros in our bank account. We are genuine human beings on earth in the United States of America speaking the truth about what we see and what we perceive. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I appreciate everybody joining this podcast. There might be some people that's going to watch this a year from now. That's just the way it is. I've had my videos up there for 5 years and people are just finding it, just like you said yesterday. So thank you, Michaela, for supporting the program. Thanks to my mom for supporting the program as well,
Awesome.
Micheline Torado,
Awesome.
because yeah, she's definitely 100% on board. And I would say these are our sponsors per se, whether it's a dollar or not. So we appreciate everybody, Henry. I appreciate you, long time friends. I think you're the longest
Very long.
friend.
Since school, except I
That's
was the adult.
insanity. It's so crazy. But things work out the way they want, and that's why I believe in a creator or at least the universe bringing things together. So
Yep.
I appreciate you, brother.
Agree.
And we'll talk tomorrow.
All right, man. You have a good night, man. Good
All right,
night,
brother.
folks.
Peace. How do you turn this off? Turn it off. Where's my producer? Shit.
He's in jail, dude. He's in jail.
Oh, fucking P. Diddy. What the fuck are you doing, Diddy? You owe me $3,000.
All right, dude, man. Much love, man.
All right, brother. Peace.